Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Math Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. Okay, so we're going to talk about how do you expand quadratic expressions, all right? So we're going to talk about how do you expand quadratic expressions. So if you've not subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for, press the subscribe button. So if you have any question, so you can reach out to me, send me an email, and I will get back to you. Also, the next thing as well is that before you come to this point, I will advise you go and review my video on expanding brackets in the algebra series, the basic algebra series. And it's basically the same thing here, but I'm going to just quickly go over it again. So just to remind us, but you have to go to the basic algebra series and make sure you watch all the videos on that. So how do you expand the bracket? So we have basically 4 rules. Like I said in the video, so it basically is when you have something like A plus B, you're multiplying C plus D. How do you do it? So remember I told you that you use the first term, which is the A, to multiply all the terms in the second bracket. Then after that, you use the second term to multiply all the terms in the second bracket. Then you collect like terms and simplify, okay? So I'm going to write it here again for those that are taking notes. So that means you use the first term, okay? That is the A in this case, okay? To multiply. So use it to multiply all the terms in the second bracket. Then when you're done, you then use the second term, okay, which is the B. So use the second term, which is the B, okay, to multiply. So basically, you're repeating the same thing like you did in step 1. All the terms in the second bracket. Then when you're done doing that, the next thing you do is you then have to then collect like terms. Okay, you collect like terms. After collecting like terms, all right, then you then what? Simplify as needed. Okay, so for instance, in this example, we are having, let me take this up here so I can write here. So in this example, we are having A plus B multiply C plus D, okay? So what do? You open it, use the first term to multiply. So A will multiply C, and A will multiply what? D. So A will multiply C to give you AC. A to multiply D will give you what? AD. The next one, we're going to use B. B will multiply C, and B will multiply D. So B will multiply C to give you BC, and B to multiply D will give you what? BD. So that's how you expand. Is that okay? Then if there are common factors or common things, you collect them together and you solve. So let's pick an example. For example, if we have this and we are told to expand, okay, let's say we have x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 5, okay? The same thing, x times x will give you what? X squared. X times 5 will give you what? 5x. 3 times x will give you what? 3x. And 3 times 5 will give you what? 15. Then you see in step 3, we're now told to collect like terms. So we're going to collect like terms now. So 5x and 3x are together. We collected that. Then you simplify, which is what? Step 4. Then we're going to simplify. So it's going to be x squared plus 5x plus 3x will give you what? 8x plus 15. And that will be the answer for that. Okay? Then let's pick another one. Let's say we have x minus 3 this time, multiplied by x plus 5. Same thing, but this time we are having negative. So we're gonna have x times x, which is gonna give us what? X squared. X times 5 will give you what? 5x. Is that making sense? Now, minus 3. So now this time it's minus 3, not just 3. Remember the last time it was positive 3. Now it's negative 3, okay? Minus 3 times x will give you minus what? 3x. Minus 3 times 5 will give you what? Minus 15. So it's going to give you x squared plus 5x minus 3x is going to give us what? Plus 2x minus what? 15. And that will be the answer for that. So let's make it a little bit more interesting. What about if we have x minus 3 and x minus 5? All right? The same thing we're going to do is going to be x times x will give you x squared plus x times minus 5. Are you seeing it? X times minus 5 will give you minus 5x. So because it's minus, plus times minus will give you minus. So we're going to remove this and we're going to put what? Minus here. All right, we're going to put minus there. So we'll get this one's back. So this one, minus here. All right. So it will be minus 5x. Are you seeing it? Then minus 3 times x will give us also minus 3x. Then minus 3 times minus 5 will give us plus 15. So that will give us x squared minus 8x plus 15. It is very important you go back to basic algebra. In basic algebra, we talked about several concepts. One of them included when I said when you're multiplying, minus times minus will give you plus. I told you minus times plus will give you minus. Plus times minus will give you minus. Plus times plus, okay? Plus multiplied by plus will give you what? Plus. I also gave you minus divided by minus will give you plus. Minus divided by plus will give you minus. And plus divided by minus will give you minus. And plus divided by plus is going to give you plus. So we talked about all this in the basic algebra video. So it's very important you go back and listen. All right, so that will bring me to the end for this video on how to expand. So what you basically do, you take the first term of the bracket and multiply all the terms in the second bracket. You use the second term to multiply all the terms, then you collect like terms and simplify. All right, thank you very much. So I'm going to go next to the next video now, which is the method of solving quadratic equation. How do we solve quadratic equations? Where I'm going to talk about things like factorization, the formula, as well as completing the square. All right, so if you have any question, feel free to send me an email and I'll get back to you. And if also you have a question you want me to try as well, you can just send it to me as an email and I will try as much as possible to create a video on that, or I'll just reply you directly. All right, thank you very much. So I'm going to see you in the next video where we're going to talk about method of solving quadratic equations. See you soon.